How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Wish. Yes, I've been getting those questions like, Dre, what are your thoughts about Wish? Have you been seeing the pullback? And most definitely, I have been keeping an eye on it, and this is why I want to put this video together, because if you are considering it, I feel like there's some things that you need to know. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what the buying and the selling behavior is like on the institutional side and as well as on the retail side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Wish. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.19, being down 5.06%. On the low, it tested $3.18, and then on the high, testing $3.42. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you could see we traded at 14.414 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 20.927 million shares. So a significant difference right there, but we have been dealing with lower trading volume as of late, which there's no surprise due to the fact we are around the holidays and so on. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 38.63. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 200-day, the 100-day, the 50-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. And this clearly tells us that Wish is in a bear market. So it did pull back to a 52-week low of $2.94 back on December the 17th. And you know what? This wouldn't have been a bad area to actually build a position because it ended up having a strong pop before seeing some resistance right around this $3.55 level, to be exact, right around $3.60. So knowing that it retreated and it has now pulled back and it is on a downtrend and it did see a low of $3.18, don't be shocked if it ends up going back down to $3. If you are going to be considering to take a position, just know the risks that are involved. Since it is looking very bearish, it could easily pass this $2.94 level if the market continues to be volatile and we see a lot of small cap and medium cap stocks selling off. I feel this is temporary, but make sure you do your homework, all right? So when we take a look at the 21-day EMA, which is at $3.57, what you're going to want to look for is price action above this level. If you get price action above this level, then things are starting to look good for Wish, and this is where you can see if it can pass this area of resistance right at the $4 level. Of course, there would be a lot of selling pressure here, and this is why you want to keep an eye on this play if you do have a position. As far as for the rest of this week, I'd want to see some consolidation from Wish. I want to see a continuation of it holding up the $3 level. If it could hold up right around $3.15, that would be great. And then just trade within a range between $3.40. It did see a high of $3.42. If it could just consolidate, then we could look forward to seeing that next move up. If it decides to bleed even further, this is why I was saying it can get very bearish and why you want to know the risks that are involved before jumping into this. I myself personally, I will not be getting into it. I rather wait for it to find the bottom and then get into a position and then ride the run up from there. So let's see how it performs as this week progresses. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for Wish. So for the dark pool short volume ratio, it is at 43.96%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 3.33 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 1.2 million, updated 3 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 0.83%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see for the close of the 23rd, it was at 41.88. And then for the close of the 27th, which was yesterday, it is at 43.96. So it has gone up, but one thing that is clear, Wish does continue to have short squeeze potential. Many shorts are vested in this play, so this is why it is volatile, and if you are going to be jumping into it, just make sure that you have a strategy. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Wish. So as you can see here on the inflow, it's at 6,975, and then on the outflow, it's at 10,978. So it was an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown even further, it was 0 on the large, on the medium, 4,204, and then on the small, it was 2,770. Taking a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 0. On the medium, it was 6,511, and then on the small, it was 4,467. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for the past 3 trading days, it was 0. Now, when we analyze the numbers even further, the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. When we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying as well. And of course, for the large, we saw that it was at 0. Taking a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 2.55%. So this is not too bad for a stock like Wish, because let's be honest here, we know a lot of people are selling at this time for tax loss purposes. Many are down inside of this play. We've seen how far it has pulled back. So as far as going into the new year, you're going to want to be able to keep an eye on it in regards to figuring out what the bottom actually looks like. It did have a 52-week low of around $2.94. So possibly this week, could it pull back to that area? Maybe. But what it looks like to me, $3 might be able to hold up, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens going into 2022. I'll also bring up some more points inside of the final thoughts, but I won't waste any more time. Let's actually jump into it right now. So for my final thoughts for Wish, there's a few factors we have to take into consideration. On the 52-week low, this stock traded at $2.94, which was recent. And on the 52-week high, it's around $32.85. So the majority of shareholders that are inside of this play are down. So of course, many are going to consider to sell for tax loss purposes. Also, as far as for the future prospects of the company, it is very questionable. They talked about on their earnings report, they're going to be making a lot of changes, and they're going to be hoping things tend to get better around the middle mark of year 2022. This is quite a bit of time. We know this is a growth stock, so it is going to be burning through a lot of cash, and you're going to want to see some more success and efficiencies from them. So if you are going to be inside of this play, it's going to be coming with a lot of risk. And if you are going to be trading it, just make sure that you're using the right risk management. But what it looks like for now, $3 seems to be a strong area of support. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it still continues to have short squeeze potential. So the moment we have volume and buying pressure coming into the stock, this is where you can look forward to seeing some moves to the upside. We also have to take into consideration trading volume. It has been a lot lower as of late, and it's no surprise since we are around the holidays here. So this is why for year 2022, I feel there's going to be many that are going to be watching this stock, and I wouldn't be surprised if we started gaining some momentum. And that is why I put the technicals together to make sure that you can have a game plan if you're going to be looking into doing a swing trade with this stock. But aside from all of that, I wouldn't start looking at this stock being bullish until it's able to actually get above $4 and then seeing where it could go from there. For now, I'm just going to continue to wait and see if this stock can find a base price for itself. Like I said, I'm assuming it's around $3, but I could easily be wrong on that. We do have 3 more trading days left before the end of this year, so the volatility will continue. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see how well Wish performs as we come closer to the end of the week. We'll be talking real soon.